Hey everyone, this is Russell from Artisan Cutlery, and we're starting a new series of YouTube videos showcasing all of our currently available knives, and I wanted to start off with one of our biggest 2021 releases, the CJRB Tigris. This is a big one. So let's start off with a little story here. We have kind of made a movement towards more, we'll say EDC friendly knives within the last few years. A lot of people are into smaller knives, easier to carry pieces, and things that are generally comfortable for EDC. However, there are people in our community that just love big knives. Big, heavy, hard use, fun knives. And we figured, hey, you know what? We made our success on knives like the Osprey, the Tomahawk, the Proponent, big knives from Artisan. And the CJRB brand has been kind of, we have a few larger knives in our repertoire, but we wanted something bold, big, bold, and as I would call it, just unabashedly monstrous. The Tigris is that. This is a huge knife with a lot of cutting power. The blade stock thickness on this guy is a fairly trim 0.13, so it's not super thick, but it is almost 1.5 inches wide. It's pretty big. The handle scales are unique. This is the first time we've done this. This is actually a double layered G10, so you'll see we have this nice denim blue, or we think of it as more of a stone gray, textured G10 on top, and then a black layered and textured G10 down here. This is a full linered knife. There's a little milling on the inside there. If the camera will pick it up, there it is. There's a little bit of milling in there. And we added these colorful accents and a very interesting backspacer, which I'm actually quite fond of this because this has the massively oversized lanyard hole with a cutout right here so that if you happen to have a lanyard on here on 550 cord or leather cord, it's more likely to hang straight in the pocket instead of having to catch on here on the edges and kind of get worn away. So that aside, this is just such a wonderful work knife. This seats in the hand really well. You'll notice there's this fairly substantial swell towards the back. This is almost like, I can't say it's like a fixed blade, but it certainly has qualities that give you a lot of additional grip strength in hand because it's not going to slide out of your hand. It feels very reassuring. It feels substantial and it feels big, but it isn't really that big. This knife comes in with a 3.5 inch blade and a 4-inch handle, and it's not, well, I can't say it's not big, but it's not gigantic. On top of the fact we milled out the insides and kept the stock fairly thin, this knife is comfortable for EDC, despite its absolutely monstrous size. Man, it's just such a substantial knife in hand. Oh, also, didn't mention the clip. We have actually made a custom clip for the Tigris. It is a right side only clip. Unfortunately, sorry, no lefty love on this one. But we did that for a reason. Because we have these special scales in here, and because it's 2-layered, and because we have this bent shape that's designed to fit in the pocket really comfortably for something that's this large, if we did a straight stick clip, this would not sit well. So we did this custom to ensure that there would be a good seating in the pocket. You get plenty of space to ensure this sinks all the way down, and you get almost, with the exception of this additional lanyard hole, almost a deep carry without having a really big hot spot in the hand. So it just feels really good. I can give it a full power grip right here, and that clip isn't really bothering me. Yeah, this thing is just so impressive. On top of that, we have done the blade here with this really nice matte PVD coat. It's a little shiny under my studio lights, but it's got this nice black finish, and this one is in RPM 9, so our proprietary steel. This ensures you get a lot of great usability out of this knife. It's very easy to maintain, easy to sharpen, holds its edge for a comfortably long time, and keeps it within a price range of about $80. You'll see the scales are not especially thick, but there is plenty of substance to this knife. It's very filling in hand without being, we'll say, bulky. I say that in the knowledge that you have a more than 2-inch wide footprint in the pocket, but with this angled clip, it really doesn't feel like it. It actually sits quite comfortably. For someone like me that carries quite a bit in my knife side pocket, I tend to have very full pockets, and I've carried this one for a bit. I can't say it's not there. It's certainly there in the pocket, but it doesn't take up as much space as I would expect. Because it sits so comfortably, it is very easy to pull out. We've actually angled the flipper tab so that it's lined up with this section right here, and it doesn't really get in the way as it's coming out of the pocket. It's not going to snag on anything, and when it's deployed, you can do a very comfortable light switch with this, or push button. Deployment is nice and snappy. We use our usual ceramic ball bearings on this guy, so it's very quick and almost, I can't even say almost, it is fall shutty. With the weight of this blade, it just goes straight down.